Talk to you guys about some real fast notes that I took. Some real fast notes that I took. So, example of how your home-based business can look. And read over this and see if you can catch it. You got a home-based business, you might want herbal tea or something like that. Anything that will get your business going. They're gonna be like signs here of large companies. There's going to be signs here of large companies, and they're going to be in the industry. They're going to say, all of these are global industries here locally. They're going to say they have money and they don't have money. And they're going to say that they fund this and fund that and fund that, and University of Kentucky is one, and they don't have money. You feel me? You're going to say like this and like this and like that. Mainly, there's going to be signs up here of large companies. Several, they're going to say they have money. You have to be afraid of getting. Don't be afraid of getting in Mr. Gray's face. He's very smart. Mr. Sean is a social service. They're going to skip social services, get in your face by pushing lots of information and pointing out your lack of money by hedge hunting. Keep in mind, most companies are broke or looking to be bought today. That's my hedge fund. We have you know what I'm saying, and are looking to be bought. That's my hedge fund. We have our over 75 quadrillions of dollars. Things in house don't come up. Things in house don't come up missing. And venture capitalists needs money. They will still have corporate value. Most students in here buy that. Community actioners usually only got down to community actioners usually get down to in-house fame. They come in the house on the other note of SSA, get took off from BB, and they need money. They tiptoe around. Example, if an explorer is looking for a snake in high grass, I can't think of noticing. We sell slogans. Mention how much fame you market for. Mention how much fame. Mention how much fame. You know what I'm saying? You market for Miss Gina, who knows Mr. Gray. Personal knows. Use some type of way. You know, so I market that for a lady who I knew, et cetera, like I read, and. You know what I'm saying? And the sub's called Some Type of Way. I know they know each other some type of way. And it's got this catchy slogan that goes, it's kind of like some type of way. All the way in Atlanta doing way major things. And that's the reason why the song's made. I did just like this, like that. It came out. The artist, the song, the money, the fame, the show where it's been pushed at. the money behind it, backing it. We can get you more of a TV quote for your commercial. You know what I'm saying? If you want fame, sometimes you have to do everything the company asks you, like King JMIC. Money comes with fame. You have to do, we can, you have need help. You are going to pay back your business. You know what I'm saying? If you need help, if you want to pay back your business loans, most companies want their business up, but that's really the truth about it. Maybe mention what you used to talk about. However, Mr. Gray has money. Maybe Mr. Gray has money. Maybe caseworkers Rick and Sean guarantee I won't have to fund. So I got caseworkers, but you know what I'm saying? Like I told you about those companies, they're gonna tell people they got money and they fund things that they don't do. And that Kentucky's gonna have several credit players, example, and they're gonna go behind that player and play after they upload them from their memory card. They're gonna do that, and they're gonna have global companies that other companies can, wherever they from, can go outside and manage, and keep that in mind. Come here and handle business with them, and won't be having money so much as they'll keep having more money than those other industries, and their name will be beside those names. And once the name is beside those names, they can do probably what they can do for it. We got to come in there as a lawyer, kid, just see a lawyer firm, establish our name, drive that all the way out. That's what we're gonna do, and we can do that, and let that be that, and let that can't happen. It's gonna be still, let's stand still. Business may close. We ain't gotta let them ever have any core values, so we're not gonna do anything called buy their company or endorse anything. What's good about it wasn't really good. You know what I'm saying? It was lies, and there was a dude that had executives. Most of those executives had $500 trillion. They blew it, they spent it, they blew it, they spent it, they blew it, they spent it. One guy spent 500, spent enough money for 5 commercials. The other guy only bought 2, maybe somebody only bought 1. That's all be difference, and do what pay for commercials, be more successful and making better investment. There's 2 types of investors: a good investor and a bad investor. I knew this one dude named Sam. His family was interested in being a bad investor, so I helped him did this and wrote a book, and people follow it. It's never the truth. He doesn't need money, and it helps him be on Wall Street. He's very successful. That's that. Bada boom, bada bang. How do people throw money into large companies? How are they broke? The companies need to afford maintenance, so they need a corporate loan. However, they owe the bank money. They all owe just one specific community, one specific bank. Community action takes, you need this specific info. The company the company starts as a way to stand out to specific high school class, so they look for community needs. If buyers look for a way to sell, the company automatically loses core value. They will seem rich for years, but not so successful, as they will push. Miss Gina used to talk about great leaders and me and Miss Gina used to talk about great leaders in other countries and how they endorse kings, and we see that to us in our country, though most companies have never endorsed, they have you know what I'm saying? Like we see, like I always used to talk to my teacher about this person who a lot of great politics know. She was Salvador and be in the situation of, you know what I'm saying, great leaders in other countries, and how our company endorses that towards us, and then that we have way greater wealth and jewels for a king. If you market yourself this way, if you had that idea on some type of a hedge fund in the rap game, that's why I took my career as, that's why I do it as. So that's why I had all type of different business accounts for things like this and like that. Other than that, I was, you know what I'm saying, do what I could undercover in the government. If things would work out for me, I would file those company names for the government, and then I would set up ways where they could get to wherever they need, whatever industry it would be, and get the supplies to get to the companies and things like that any type of way if they could get that long. Um, and to separate myself from most artists and markets this way. So many people listen to my music, I don't care that it is greatly financially positioning. How can companies outside of here, if you take business type trip, can't pay and know you're stepping on other bankers' toes? Well, I was just in Mr. Gray's face, and I don't know you or your company name. That's mainly what I want to know. Barely they can't afford to endorse their logo. Their logo. Artists like Mary J. Blige don't work for fame. They don't don't work for fame in the music industry. They have it and can catch, and you can. And if you know what I'm saying, if you can catch it, if your name is beside or you mention it, you have it. These companies stay away from her name. They definitely know, and also Brad Perry's growth rate from here to 2009, he became global. Our King Jeremiah C didn't push a baby boom. She'll or he'll say, "Don't mention my name," way beforehand. Mary J looks like this to us, but at home she's Mary Poppins, another name they can't afford to mention. Well, just by these names and not they're making their market lose value instead of money. We will then keep stating true facts, but we're doing well in program. After all, I said your name. If cops keep trying to induce me to endorse their name, I'll sue them for they get and they will never see any revenue and work for free. They don't, and that's just what I can do. That's something I can do, and that's what they'll campaign all by myself on this or that. In any type of other situation what I talked about is while I was starting this trend, I was telling y'all about it. You also maybe read about it. It's gonna be I'm in a dual diagnosis facility, and there's gonna be I'm in there, and there's gonna be a dude. He's gonna tell you that me in the facilities will go to the store, and they're gonna have receipts, and they're gonna try to run a small home-based business from a farm at the store, and I own it. I bought several markets and things like that, and that they're gonna be mental health in the agency what goes outside of them, and they're both gonna be mental health and DDP from the same situation. With notes where I need to upload if you can't get it. Trying to receive agent put instead of paying for commercial. They want Mr. Gray to pay them for it, even anything. And they'll campaign. They'll campaign. They love their job and make no industry toy money or any other money. Notes would be the soundlight over this and benchwarmers. Try to venture with successful. You want to stay away from certain names on LAX 18 News that use company and cover up stories trying to receive agent put that they felt to can run their business and they use cover up and things like that. Sometimes I might buy the business, but if I see the story and I know the real truth about it, and I don't want to give that person who knows I'm in social service, who's hassling me as well, any company core value ever that they had any from whatever class that was, I won't buy it or sell it or indulge that anybody ever does. And that's why I can do, so that's why I do it. And that's why I tell you, because that's why I do, and that's, you know what I'm saying? They'll think that they can get Mr. Jim Gray to buy or pay them an agent quote for being on the LEX 18 News, and they'll think that he can pay them or any commercial airtime, and I run a commercial industry, so that what really can't happen. After all, you suit the cops. Establish your company and information where you can go, where you can get out, and names it can be beside. Ask us why. After all, you know Mr. Jim has money. He pays a company. He pays cops what they can accept. Business is for money. Have you seen Mr. Jim's new image? It's sort of like Arthur's teacher. Ask around why. Why isn't it bad and bad investment? Well, we'll change face, not person forever. even with Cal, even with me on football team, endorse Mr. Jim's new image and song for reasons why you do it, why people know why you do it, to involve the devil. That's the only reason really why. Churches need money, so I'll just buy them, mention Miss Gina. Teachers often whisper aloud, mention news doesn't involve money. The news will capture Mr. Gray after he misses great buy. Normally, there's nothing the story to do with this. You got to just have that type of information. I mean, no banks do. I checked, confirmed by facts. They don't pay me neither. And if money is no problem, you have none. Their slogan, we created business, we have endorsed how we wanted. So have they greater buyers? Aren't you such as narrator in book or movies? How we want it. Like if money is no problem, if money is no problem, the other bank, you know what I'm saying? It's a different situation. Don't endorse those companies or know they have no money. If you have money, if money is no problem, you have none. You feel me? If money is no problem, then you have no problems. A lot of those companies, they don't have any money, and the bank won't give them any money. There's only 2 banks around here, and all those global companies go to one bank, and so they have great buyers. You know what I'm saying? Are you such as narrator in book or on movies? State facts and mention names and tell what you'll do. I'll take all their money and won't give it back. Um, like I said, I know some people who I did knew, and like I mentioned a couple names like Miss Gina and Miss Adams. We don't have free pens. We save time. This is not a community letter. We're not cutting you off or mentioning you for, you know what I'm saying, even money. After all, we won Pennzoil. After all, we own Pennzoil. You know, King Jam IC, we're enterprise. I own Pennzoil. I bought that Coca-Cola. I manage myself as a mainstream rapper as well. I notice I don't see you much. Get info out. We pay for news, gas. You know what I'm saying? I could drive all day. It don't matter to me. We like Mr. Bryant. I think he has a nice smile and things like that. You know, if you was give people a compliment, that's what you should do about it. You know what I'm saying? They will still have corporate value. Most students in here buy that. You feel me? If they do anything small, things come up missing in the house, and they go outside spreading rumors, and they're not the truth.